everyone, it is Shipwreck Samantha here, and welcome back to Sketchbook Sundays. This week I decided to draw one of my own characters, but you guys have been submitting some really awesome characters to the Look Shipwreck hashtag, and I definitely want to get around to drawing them. But this week I wanted to do something a little easier that didn't take quite as much time, that I could just kind of enjoy doing and not spend a whole lot of time on, because as we're getting closer to the holidays and Christmas, it's getting a little more hectic and it's a little more difficult to spend a lot of time on videos, and so this one's a little more laid back. But I definitely want to get around to drawing the characters you guys are putting in that hashtag, and if you haven't already put a character in the Look Shipwreck hashtag, feel free to do so, and I'll get around to them eventually, but there's still several characters I want to draw. So that's still happening. But for this week, just doing something a little different. You can tell I am lining something that was already drawn out. This is a traditional sketch I did of my character Keegan, which you probably recognize if you watched my video recently on looking at old drawings, my first digital drawings. And he's the first character I ever owned. I didn't design him, but the character was given to me by an artist on Instagram years ago, and so he's still my first original character. And while on a road trip last week to visit family, I decided to draw him again. I was just kind of in the mood, and I was like, you know what, I want to redraw Keegan. And so I did a traditional sketch of him. I didn't have any coloring supplies with me, so it was just a regular pencil sketch, and I found a pose reference for this because I'm not that familiar with wolf anatomy, but I did change it from the original and made it my own with making it Keegan. And so I am really happy with how this turned out. I liked the original sketch, and I think I might maybe like it more digital because I added the color. But let me know what you guys prefer. And I did post this drawing on Instagram after I did it, so you guys have probably already seen this drawing, and if you haven't, I post traditional stuff on my Instagram, so you guys can see the traditional things that I do as well. It's usually little doodles and stuff like this. But yeah, like I said, I like how the final version came out. I guess because with my style, I just really like really clean stuff, and that's why I've incorporated a liner into my style, because it gives that clean look. And overall, I spent like an hour on this drawing, I think. It was just a little under an hour. And I mean, that seemed a bit long because the sketch and the design of this was already done, and so I went straight to the inking phase. So I felt like I spent a little more time on it than I should have. But you know what? I got it done anyway. This still is faster than if I had done a character drawing. I probably would have spent more time on it because I care more about making your characters accurate. Because you know what? Nobody's gonna care if I get my character not accurate. I care to get your characters right, though. And so yeah, and here I go lining around the edges of it. And when it came to coloring, which I'll be doing in a second, I tweaked the coloring a little bit from the original design. It almost feels like a redesign, but I don't know if it counts as a redesign, if I didn't create the original design. But I didn't like that his fur was pure white, because it's just not natural, and so I wanted it to still have the illusion of looking white, and so I just did like a really pale blue, and just to have a little bit of color. I wasn't liking the pure white, because it's just not natural to have something perfectly white in real life. And so, yeah, it's got a bit of a blue tint, and we'll see if that ever changes if I draw Keegan more, and let me know if you guys want to see Keegan drawn more. And I changed the colors on his legs a little bit, as you can see. So I did also change that from the original design, and it feels kind of weird changing the design when I didn't create the design myself, but I decided, you know what, I own the character now, I should be able to tweak it if I want to, because I don't care for how it originally looked, even though that's how I used it for so long. I thought he was about due for a bit of a touch-up, you know? And so I didn't want to go too crazy with the leg colors, and so I made them symmetrical. So you can see the front are just the stripes with the white fur, and the back is the blue fur with the stripes, instead of alternating, and I didn't give the paws any stripes. You can see in the reference photo in the top corner, I actually created that reference image. Like I said, I didn't own the character originally, but I did create that reference image after the character was given to me so I could have my own original artwork used for the reference sheet, and you can tell the anatomy is so bad, but the point is, that's what you can see in the corner, and I did tweak the colors for everything else too. Like the blue, I made a little less bright, the purple was just too vibrant, and all as well, really everything was just too bright, which is saying a lot coming from me because I like to use bright colors with a lot of saturation, but it was too much. It was there, your eye didn't have a place to rest, and you're just kind of looking over everything. You're kind of drawn to the hair, and it was a little all over the place. And also, you can tell his mane, like mohawk fur. I'm making a gesture for like a mohawk, but you can't see it. But the mohawk fur, that also was a bit crazy and kind of defied the laws of gravity, so I also tweaked that as well. I wanted him to look more like a natural wolf, and the original design was like a wolf-hyena hybrid, but I gravitated more for a wolf in this design, which I really like. And you can see I just took an image off of Google to kind of put him in a place setting, because I kind of like doing that to see what the character would look like in a place setting. But that is the end of the drawing, and so that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.